Hi everyone, it's the 14th of July of 2024. I'm going to do some more work on my graphical diary here. Update, it's been a while since I've done one of these now. I mean, not months, but a good chunk of days, maybe a week, or a bit more than a week, I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I managed to solve one mystery. The question of where did I have those images that I'd saved for, because um, I had images saved of like old books and stuff that we did at school. When I managed to find them, it turned out I located them in the folder with school images. So go to my archives. I'm doing this off screen here. If I go to school and books we used, yeah. So here are some images of some books here. So the ones I've saved, right? There's Heinemann Mathematics, I remember that one. Year 2, I've mentioned that one. And I mentioned that one as well. I didn't mention, this is year 3, Flat Stanley. I don't particularly remember this one much, but someone mentioned it. There's Metal Miss I mentioned. There was the Hodgeheg. Again, no idea about that. And then there's a few years where I don't actually, there's a few more, but I don't actually remember anything in that regard for years 4 and 5, and then we've got 3 books for year 6. So yeah, I'm going to make a note though. So did I have books? Ah yeah, there was the one with the opposite day. Let's move this down a bit. So there was Flat Stanley and the Hodgeheg. I don't remember anything about the Hodgeheg other than it was called the Hodgeheg. Oh, something else that I forgot to mention, and it's funny that I forgot to mention this in year 3 because this is something that I very much remember. I very much remember doing, and I remember mentioning it. Oh, it's raining outside. Nice. I remember doing it. I didn't mention it for some reason, even though I recently was thinking about it, and I had made. I'm just gonna grab the image. I had constructed my own version of the image of what it was that I made. I made a little drawing in year 3. Cannot remember for the life of me what compelled me to do this, but a little drawing here, and this is obviously not the drawing itself but a recreation of 2 drops of water. Get a good view on that. 2 drops of water landing into the ocean. The drops are saying we are wet, and the ocean is saying they fall into me. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, so let's just where should I put this? See, Bunny Whoops is more of put next to Bunny Whoops. Just put we are wet drawing. I don't really need to. Raindrops saying we are wet, falling into the ocean. That's saying they fall into me. So yeah, so there's first few years. I'm going to continue on today and work on some of the later years of primary school, some later memories. And I'm going to go on to year 4. Now, year 4 was quite a Year four was quite an interesting time. I know I got my PlayStation. It was either in year four or in year three. I can't remember which one it was, but it was. I definitely had it in year four, and so I should probably make a note here. So year four, we were in class four, and we were mixed with the year above. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Right. Okay. Could have. Oh, what happened there? Could have just paused the recording rather than turning off my microphone. But either way, so year four was class four. We were mixing with the year above, and so this was 1997 to 1998. Right. So the main thing I remember about class four, because we were in class four for 1 year. Yeah, class four was the only class where we were we were in the mixed class, so it was me and the year above that were only in that class for 1 year. Because with class two and class five, we were in both those classes for 2 years each. But with the first year being mixed and the second year being just our year, but year four was the only one where it was mixed and we were only there for 1 year. So, what do I remember about being in year four? There's a Christmas play. I definitely remember that. It was about King John. So it was about King John, and all he wanted for Christmas was a bright red rubber ball. And we went through. So hold on. My line, because I had a speaking role. My line was, I said my line. I put my lines where. I don't really need to do that. I've got this on video, but no, I am not showing the video, but I'm going to write down anyway. King John was not a good man. He lived his life aloof. Alone he... What was it? Alone he did while climbing up the roof. 1 second, I'm going to see if I can find the video. I'm going to check it myself. Okay, I found the video. I'm playing this off screen here, but you're getting the audio. Let's go to where my line is. See, I do actually remember most of these lines, but I don't. I had to actually check this. So, King John was not a good man. He lived his life aloof. Alone he Let's... Hold on, I'm just going to put... Right. Okay. Go. King John was not a good man. He lived his life aloof. Alone he thought a message out while climbing up the roof. Alone he thought a message out while climbing up the roof. Hold on. King John was not a good man. He lived a life alone. He thought a message out while climbing up the roof. He wrote it down and propped it. He wrote it down and propped it. Not that I have had or have any idea what that means. Oh, propped it against the chimney stack. Right, okay. I probably don't need to write this down, but I'm going to anyway. To all and sundry, near and far. Right. And sundry. To all and sundry, near and far. In particular. Every Christmas in particular? Every Christmas in particular. I understand now. That the word in particular is meant to rhyme with far. To all and sundry, near and far. Every Christmas in particular. It's like every Christmas in particular. Near and far. Particular. And signed it, not Johansa. I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know how you spell that. But yours humbly. Jack. That's... I don't understand the purpose behind that. Hold on. Oh, it's loading. The chimney stack and sundry, near and far, every Christmas in particular, and signed it not your hands are, but yours. Oh, but very humbly, Jack. Hold on. But very humbly, Jack. I did not understand the majority of those words, but I just knew what my lines were. I'm gonna do... I don't know how you spell your is it Johansa? Is that how it's meant to be? Is it meant to be with a Z? I don't know. I'll write it. I'll put it with a H for now. I imagine it would be with a Z. King John was not a good man. He lived his life aloof. I mean, that is something that I could, because I have the video, I could make a note of all the lines, I suppose. Maybe. If I really felt... I mean, I don't really feel like it, but it's potential. Hold on, let's go to work on. So, school. Let's do... Hold on. So, lines for King Jo... hold on. Right, details, script for King John player. And I'm going to put this in a light blue. And we'll say, I'll make a note here to say that light blue equals lowest priority. Priority, prior. I've never noticed how those words were linked. Okay. Not your hands are, but yours humbly, Jack. Right, yes, that's the main thing. A few things. Right, okay, I'm gonna rapid fire just whatever comes to mind. So I'm gonna write World Cup. getting a pen. Because I got a pen. It was when, like, oh, if your handwriting's good enough. Misspelling minutes. Putting out newspapers and bloody raw. that ties it in with game stuff, but you know, there was I have a story to go off on with that. Right. Oh, also, I had I'll do Playday multi in one game thing. Right. So, again, this is going back to gaming thing, but see, it's all coming together. So there was, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on, let's close that video. Right. It was like, it looked like, I want to search it. So it was a 90s block game. Right. It looked like, okay, so I've got an image here. Copy image. Right. So I had, oh, a very big image. I had a kind of brick game. So it kind of looked like this. Let's, oh. Yeah, let's not do that. Hold on. So this is the what I was originally at, isn't it? Yeah, definitely was not 100% there. Right, yeah, 75%. Okay. Right. It's going to be annoying if that's not matching up. But this thing here, well, let's shrink that down a bit more. Yeah, so this thing here, I don't know if it's the exact one, but this was the shape of it, and it had like a weird bump in the middle. I knew someone who had one that was flat, but the one I had that weird bump. And it had like Tetris, it had like a weird racing game, it had like a bunch of different games in it. So I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna save the image. That's something to research. See if I can find out all the games. 'Cause I'll tell you what, I do remember. I remember it had a brick game, which is Tetris, and it had like a racing game. You had to move like it was like a Formula One car, like you had to move it left and right. I don't remember what else it had. If there was anything else, it had a few things though. But yeah, there was that. Right. Playday would come probably at the end. There was a thing to do with barn house with ladder story. Okay, I'm not going to be able to find it, so I'm gonna with ladder drawing. So there was a picture. I'm going to see if I can find at least something that looks similar. Right, so this is the best copy image. This is the best image that I can find. So we had like a drawing. It was like a, obviously not this one. I said obviously. We had a pic. There was one time we had a picture of it was like this inside a barn house, and there was the top half and there was the bottom half, and they were separated by a ladder, and the door, like, you didn't see the door. You saw it like as if you were like walking through the door, and we had to write a story about it. And I remember the teacher said, right, I'm going to no, won't let me say it. I mean, I could suppose. I mean, no, I don't know. I'm not gonna bother trying to say that one. So hold on. So this image, like if you imagine like the perspective of the first one, but in the art style of this, I suppose. I don't know. Where's that? Oh, all right. So yeah, so we were shown a drawing of a barn house and had to write a story about it. My story was used as an anonymous example of a bad story. She was like, the teacher was like, right, I'm gonna go through some of these, and I'm gonna give you an example of a good one. I'm gonna give you an example of a bad one, but I'm not gonna tell you who they are. I'm just gonna tell you what they wrote. And then she started reading the story, and it was like, I went into the barn house, and then Larry came in, and I'm like, oh, that's mine. And then it was like, Larry came in and we drank lemonade or something like that. And it was, I don't know. I think the reason it was a bad story is because it was uneventful, and I was just like, I mean, Larry isn't actually a real person. I picked up that name from Cow and Chicken, and it was just, and in my mind, it was like, oh, lemonade. I don't drink lemonade very much. which is a year 5 story I'll go into. I was thinking, yeah, I don't really drink lemonade. I drink Coca-Cola, so me drinking lemonade. Oh, that's so weird. So we'd be drinking lemonade. It's such a wacky story. Such a wacky story. Hold on. Was that I went there and I'll put in quotes. Larry turned up and we drank lemonade. Right. And the best story, the example that was used as the best story, was someone in my class who she wasn't called Kira at the time, but she legally changed her name. But I'm just putting her name as Kira. Was the example of the best story, and her story was that she went to the top part and Tom W, I'll put, stole the ladder. Yeah. Oh, trying to incorrectly correct my typo there. Right. Let's move this down. Yeah, so I basically, when I had that in my mind, I thought I'd get that one out of the way. Right, the World Cup's probably the biggest one, but the World Cup happened in 1998. And the thing is with the World Cup is that because it was actually a big public event, it's something that I can actually showcase. Not showcase. Well, I suppose showcase is the word, but it's not so much that I can showcase it. It's what I mean is it's something that I can really like get down to the date. So, we actually have dates to look up here. Right. So, the 1998 World Cup. Because I've never really cared about football. I mean, tonight, England are in the final of the Euros, so I suppose that's a big thing. But I never really cared about football. It's never been a thing that I care about at all. But for this particular year, it was a thing that we had to do in school. We had to we used it as sort of like a launching point to learn about different countries. And so the way that it worked was that we were all given a team, and we had to do research on that team, which at the time just meant going to the library or something, or looking at books, because this was pre-internet. We didn't really know. Was the internet? We might have had what was it called? You know that on the library computers, the encyclopedia. I don't know. Encyclopedia Britannica. Hold on, I'm going to have a look at that. Hold on. Windows Encyclopedia. What was it called? Encarta, that's it. Yeah, it might have been through Encarta 97 or 98 or whatever, where we had to look up some details. But the way that it worked was that we were all given we were all given a country, and the way that we were given country was all the countries' names, apart from England and Scotland, I think, were put into a bucket or a hat, as it would, pulling names out of a hat. And so you have to put your hand in, and you pulled one out, and whichever one you got, that was your team. And I got Romania, so I had to look up details about Romania, and I also had to I can't remember what else we had to do, but we had to follow it, and I think whoever won the World Cup won a thing of sweets. Speaking of which, that's just reminded me of another thing. Licorice all sorts. Guessing, right, that's another thing. So, so we actually do have days for this. So let's have a look. dates, the 10th of June to the 12th of July. Right, so that's quite late on in the year. Let's move that down. That's probably after most of these things. Probably after... I mean, maybe after all these things. Let's move it down. Right. Actually, I'll put in brackets here. So... hold on, let's do this. 10th of June... 1998 to the 12th of July 1998. Okay, so each were given a team at random. Now, I was Romania. Now, here's the thing. I actually remember a lot of the different teams that people were, and I'm going to make a note of them. I don't remember all of them. I actually found out one person who I didn't previously know that they were in the year above. What team they had, but I remember most of them. So let's. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a look at the. Right, okay. These are all the teams here. I'm going to go through the teams. And I'm going to go through like who I remember for each one. Right. So I'm just going to write all the teams first that I know who got it. Morocco? No. I know we've got Nigeria, Tunisia, Jamaica, Argentina. I don't know who had Brazil. Colombia, Austria, Croatia, France. Germany, I'm going to write these to the side here because I don't know. Germany, Italy, Netherlands. I knew Norway was. Then there's Romania, that was me. Spain, I think I know who that was. And Yugoslavia. Right. So, I'm just going to write a bunch of names here. Michael T, Adam J, Matthew. Oh, he's changed his name, but I put V there. Because that's what he's changed it to. Jamaica, Argentina, Colombia, Austria, yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Julia. I was talking to Julia a while ago. We were talking about the World Cup, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was Romania," and she said like, "Oh yeah, I was." I just went Croatia, and she goes, "How do you remember that?" It's just like, I just do. I just remember a lot of them. Right, Netherlands. That was Norway. Aha. Spain. Oh, no. Jennifer P and Yugoslavia. L. Right. I can fill out their full names in my actual. This is just the research, so I can fill out the full names there. Germany and Italy, I don't actually remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I can't remember if I knew. I'm going to have to think about who was in my class at the time. and then see if I can figure it out from there. See if I can narrow it down at all. But anyway, yeah, Adam J, he was Nigerian, because he told me, he had to tell me down the line. Jennifer P, I'm pretty sure she was Spain, but the rest of them I am very confident about. So, right. I'm just looking down here. Yeah. So so these are the different groups in the opening stages, and I tell you what, I remember about a good chunk of this, because I do remember specifically Group G, because the reason I remember Group G specifically is because my team was in Group G, Matthew's team was in Group G, and England was also in Group G. That's how I remember that. You may remember I'm going to have a look at the different dates, because here we go. So yeah, Norway versus Scotland. That was the day that I got Gex 3D, because you may remember if I go back over here, is it in the 90s one? Yeah, Gex 3D into Gecko, 16th of June. Yeah, same day as Scotland versus Norway in the World Cup. Yeah. So that was that. I remember, I think Romania beat England in one of the groups. I think. Where am I? Group G. Let's have a look. Oh no, no, hold on. Yeah, Romania beat England. And I remember, so Romania and England both qualified in the runoffs, and Argentina beat England, and then poor Katie, when we got back to school, she was like, you defeated England in the World Cup, it's your fault. And then it started raining, and Matthew was saying, like, it's raining because God's crying. Yeah, so let's go past here, right? England versus Argentina. Yeah, oh yeah. Jeez. Right. I think Romania got knocked out at this point. Did they? Did they? Croatia? Yeah, Croatia won. So hey, yeah, Julia knocked me out. Yeah. And I remember France winning, because I remember David got it was like a purple World Cup, like tub of chocolates or whatever. That's something to search, right? 1988 World Cup chocolates. Purple. I'm really stretching myself here. It was in the shape of the World Cup. But yeah, see, I mean, the thing is, like I say, I've never been into football, never cared for it really, but it was just something that, it was like a bit of like friendly competition, I guess. So it was sort of like a big thing at the time. Right, let's move you down. Yeah. And had to research the country. Okay. So that's my main memory of year 4 is doing that. Getting a pen. Right. So other kids said I had nice handwriting, and teacher brought a blue biro with my name in it. I'm going to put in bracket here, getting your own pen was like a rite of passage. Because up until that point, what happened was you were given like you go to the classroom and there'd be a tub of pencils and you get a pencil out and you start writing in pencil. And when you got to around year 3 or 4, once you were deemed suitable for a pen, the teacher would come and bring a pen, and they have like a little slip of paper with your name in it, and that was your pen, and it was like you're mature now. You can write neat. You don't need a pencil anymore. You can have your own pen. You have to look after it because you're mature. You can look after things. This is your pen. That was how that worked. I have a feeling the cutting out newspapers thing was before. Oh man, I feel like the cutting out newspapers thing was quite early. I'm gonna move that up to before Christmas because I feel like it was early. So I'm just gonna make a note here. So cutting out newspapers. So what we did was we had to make headlines by cutting letters out of newspapers. I don't know what that was about. Man, I wish I should just make some more space between these and then bring them together towards the end. Had to make headlines by cutting out newspapers, and we got told off for being lazy by cutting out whole words. Yeah, that was a weird thing. I'm pretty sure that was like right near the start of the year. That's the feeling I get. The thing is as well is like a lot of the time I can remember where I was pretty much. So I'm going to make a note and say on table next to window facing window getting a pen I was sat on table near door facing door. Yeah. Don't know if that was before or after the King John Christmas play. Right. Let's space. Oh, hold on. Let's space some of these out. Right. Misspelling Have I misspelling there? Hold on. I do believe I have. Anyway, should have taken advice from, if I had a computer, I should have, hey, I just thought, yeah, I'm taking advice from year 3 me where it's spell on the thing. Well, yeah, I just spell and I could just type it out because I saw it on screen. Misspelling minutes. So the teacher. Strange that I think, yeah, I referred to the teacher by name in class 2, but not here. Speaking of which, let's add another one to. Hold on, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add another vague event references. Money raising event archive game. I'm going to put Zoom beanies because I don't know if that's how you spell it, but I think it was like year 3 or 4 when we did that, but I couldn't tell you. I'm going to guess year 3 because we had to do it in pairs and the person I was doing it with was in my year. So I'm going to guess year 3. Hold on. Year 3, question mark, cause paired with Laura B. Right. Okay. Where am I? So, misspelling minutes. Teacher told us off for bad spelling. Wrote down our misspellings on the board in our handwriting. One said, oh man, it was, the word was minutes, but I spelled it something like, I'm gonna do it to tilde there to say it approximately. Something like that. Something like military shoes or something like that for minutes. And in my handwriting, but another one, there's only one more I remember, another said, what? In big blocky letters. Right, licorice all sorts guessing. So somebody from later years came to classes with a tub of licorice all sorts. We had to guess how many was in the tub to win it. One of the people going around, one of the people taking it to the classes was counting them. The guy counting them won. Because he got the closest guess. Okay. Bloody Raw. Yeah, so I don't know if it was Bloody Raw. Hold on, I'm going to look up gameplay footage, I think. So I don't know if it was Bloody Roar 1 or 2. You know what I should do? Right. Bloody Roar. Wikipedia. Let's see if I can find out. So it must have been Bloody Roar 1 because Bloody Roar 2 was released in Europe in 1999, so that would be the year above. So it must have been Bloody Roar, which was released March of 1998. Oh, okay, that does put it quite high up. I don't remember what the context for this was. Like, I don't think it was like a play or anything. I don't remember what it was. I just remember one of the kids was able to bring his PlayStation in, and he had Bloody Roar, and then a bunch of people playing Bloody Roar, and I wanted to play it because, you know, it's a game, and he didn't want me to. Which year 3. Let's go back up to year 3 here. Andrea M brings Game Boy with Kirby's Dream Land. I kept asking if I could play, and she kept saying no. Right, Bloody Roar. Put one person. I'll put in brackets Michael T, because I think it was him. Brought in PS1 and Bloody Roar. Set up on wall farthest away from door. They didn't let me play. You might notice a common theme here. You might notice a common theme. Right. So that's... I mean, obviously there's going to be lots more that goes on in the years and everything, but that's everything that I can think of right now that happened in year 4. How much of those is to do with lessons? That's a good question. I suppose the World Cup was a big thing, but that didn't last long. The World Cup. Hold on, I should have made a note. Here. So, KTE was blamed for knocking out England, and Matthew V said, hold on, it's raining because God's crying that England lost, which makes no sense at all, but kid logic. General stuff. Yeah, so there's some things, I'm gonna add some general stuff here. So, playtime. So, Making up about the dinner ladies. Hold on. No, hold on. Right. Because this stuff that it doesn't pertain to a particular year so much. But I could maybe, hold on, act it out, Amiga game, drip. That would have been really me being a sad little kid. Back at playground. Dinner ladies. Hold on, no, I'm going to. So there's 3. Hold on, Mrs. Pringle, and then brackets, Hamagazzoni. Which meant actually, hold on. AKA, so how many minutes till we're going in? AKA Hamagazzoni. Right. Nobody liked Mrs. Pringle, but I did. For some reason. I have the golden wrapper. Because I had the blue wrapper. I'm just making quick notes here. And I do. The thing is, like, my most specific playtime memories are from the final year. Because there was a group of kids I used to hang out with. A couple of them in my year. It was Andrew and Zoe in my year, and then there was a kid from the year below, a couple of years below, who we used to call the Bulbasaur kid because he was obsessed with Bulbasaur. He used to run into people and go body slam, and he chipped Andrew's tooth by running into her with a body slam. Right. I'm just going to put here. Yeah, 6. Hold up, no, I won't. I won't. I'll make a note of that. That was when I really got into Azure Dreams. Like, mega into Azure Dreams. See, this sort of stuff can still help me out with all the game stuff that I've got going on. Right, so that's it for year 4. Hold on, I do have one more memory of year 3. Just move that down. Puzzle to make squares with matchsticks. Thought I had solved it and was told to go to class 4 to show it off, and then in brackets I hadn't solved it, because one of those things where you get those images with like how many squares are in this image or how many triangles, and it's like, right, well, you've got, it's like you're including all of the like the squares made out of squares and all that, which isn't what I was thinking at the time. Right, let's grab a drink. Then we'll get to year 5. Right, so Now let's move these down a lot because that's when we're getting into secondary school. One moment. Right, okay, I'm back. Just had a quick toilet break, and in the meantime, not in the meantime, but just now, I had a little bit of a revelation because I just had to. You do get those moments where memories just like come together. Now, year 5 and year 6, similar to how. Hold on. Similar to year 2, year 1 and 2 rather. This was where we was in the same class. So we were both in class 5. I was in class 5 for 2 years, as I was in class 2 for 2 years, and this is where these memories are much clearer to me. Which, like, what memories are in the one year and what memories are in the other year. Whereas with the other lot, it's like it's harder to, with class 2, it's harder to differentiate. But I tell you something that I do remember that really that sort of put something into a bit of perspective was, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write it here. So we had French lessons with the French teacher. It was my friend's granddad, Monsieur Bingham, and part of the lesson that we did was like at a restaurant, and you have to say like ask for a drink or whatever. And the way that they did this is they actually had like drinks like on a plate or on a tray, and you had to ask for a particular one in French. And if you got it right, if you said the thing, you got the drink. Like, you actually got the drink. And I remember I said, I can't remember what it was in French. Didn't do much French in school. I only did French in year 5 and a little bit in year 9. Well, yeah, a bit in year 5 and in year 9. But outside of that, I didn't do French in school. I did German in secondary school. So, what happened was we were given these drinks, like, from this tray, and me, who, I was a fan of Diet Coke, but just because that's what we got. But I said in French, like, oh, can I have some lemonade, please? And then I got a can of lemonade. And it's like, well, you can't have that in class, so you've got to wait till you get home. And I was like, all right, okay. Anyway, I took it home, and I was sat in my room, and Matthew was there, and I was playing Poi Poi. And I mentioned, oh, I've still got my lemonade. He's like, oh, why don't you get it? I was like, yeah, okay. And then I went and got my lemonade, and I had some lemonade. I'm playing Poi Poi. Now, this is interesting because this is something that I didn't think about when I was doing my main game list, but this is something that could narrow Poi Poi down a bit. So, let's go to my graphical diary. So, I got it one Christmas, and I believe it was 1998. So this means, could it have been Christmas of 1999? Right. Oh, look at my actual graphical diary here. Right. Where am I? Okay. So, I was in year 5, so it couldn't have been any later. It couldn't have been. Ah, right. That does narrow it down a little bit. that does narrow it down a little bit. Because Christmas of 1999, which, I mean, let's be honest here, it wasn't going to be that anyway, because I discovered As Your Dreams and Final Fantasy VIII in 2000, and between Poi Poi and discovering those, there was Poi Poi 2, which I got for my birthday. So there was never going to be that. But September... So when did... So there was a time when me and Matthew stopped being friends for a while. Like, quite a long while, actually, until we were adults. But there was a... There was a time... Right, let's think about this. So, I got Poi Poi 2, I got Poi Poi for Christmas, and I got Poi Poi 2 for my birthday. And I know it was my birthday because I remember Matthew was over to my house despite the fact that it was his mum's birthday as well. Because me and his mum both shared a birthday, and when I opened up my present and I got Poi Poi 2, and we were both like, oh, Poi Poi 2, like, oh, yes, oh, can't believe it's Poi Poi 2, which, as it turns out, was a very good game. Much better than Poi Poi 1, even though Poi Poi 1 is a good game. But, yeah, we were saying, like, oh, it's Poi Poi 2. And that was amazing. And it could have been Christmas anyway, because he wouldn't have been over on Christmas Day. He would have been with his own family. So, yeah. So... 1999. So if we say 1999... Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to do some... I am jumping back a bit, but this is how the brain goes. Right. So Poi Poi 2... So say if Poi Poi 1 was... So okay, so let's get this right. So Poi Poi 1 was Christmas Day. All possible Christmas days it could have been. It could have been 1997. Possible. It could have been 1998, which is what I think it is. But it could not have been 1999 because that lies after the day when... I got some lemonade from French. Now I'm thinking to myself, is there a possibility that the French lesson was in year 6? After he had gone? I don't think so. I don't think it was. Because when did... Hold on. When did... No. No. Oh, man. Because he showed me... We swapped... We swapped Final Fantasy VIII and As Your Dreams in 2000. In March of 2000. So... Hold on. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Right. Let's really think about this. So, Final Fantasy VIII was my birthday of 2000, and we were not friends at that point. And that was when I started secondary school. So could not have been 2000. So if I got Poi Poi for Christmas of December, Christmas of December, Christmas of 99, which I very, very much doubt, that would mean that Popeye 2 would have been September of 2000, but it couldn't have been that. So it couldn't have been September of 1999, it must have been September of 1998. Or potentially 97. But signs point to 98. So I mean, it couldn't have been. I mean, Popeye 2 couldn't have been the following. Popeye 2 could not have been the following birthday. I've lost my train of thought. I think Popeye 1 can be distilled down to my right. Oh, sorry, I'm going around circles here. So it couldn't have been 1998. It couldn't have been 1999, Christmas of 99, because that would mean that I would have gotten Popeye 2 for my birthday in 2000, which doesn't make sense. But if I got it for Christmas of 98, I could have got it for my birthday in 99, which does make sense. If I got Popeye in Christmas of 97, which I very, very much doubt. 97. Then I would have gotten Popeye 2 just shortly after release. And this is awkward. So yeah, I've suddenly gone away from the whole school thing and I've gotten caught up on this, but it's just on my mind. Popeye could have been 97. It was within the release day, so it's a case for either 97 or 98. But it kind of seems weird in a way that if it was 97, that seems kind of weird that I would be playing it on, like, during year 5. Yeah, I'm kind of lost. I've got to put a note here. So put Christmas of either 97 or 98. I'll put for Popeye 2, birthday of either 98 or 99. just have to make a note there. I mean, right, well, I'll have to come back to that. Anyway, so French lessons. We got groups based. Hold on, groups based on wartime leaders. Because we did some work on World War II. This would be when we went to Eden Camp. Eden Camp. Yeah, because it was. Hold on. I'm gonna make a few notes here. Groups based on wartime leaders. I'll just write them out. So, you remember back in year 1 and 2, we had like red group, blue group, yellow group, and all that. Well, here we had Churchill, Chamberlain, and Bedar. Tell you what, let's. How did I format this before? Ugh, whatever. Right. I was in Bedar. We also had a traffic light system. So this was where you the traffic light system was where, hold on, so each group table was given a traffic light. So red, work in silence. Red and amber, is can discuss individual work, and green was the group discussion. Yeah, so you each had your own table. I didn't actually. Oh yeah, I did put that I was in Bedar. So we each got a yeah. So we each got like a traffic light system. It was like this traffic light system. So we each got a thing with like a traffic light on it, and it got passed around, and then you could do with like whatever your group, like whatever your system was. So like I say, like green, you could like openly discuss or whatever, and that got passed around for whatever work it was at the time. And I remember the way that I remember this was in year 5 rather than year 6 is because a particular person who was in the year above me was in my group, and I talked to her quite a lot. Okay. So let's think about some extra things that I can remember. I mean, there's some things I can remember from year 6 specifically. There was a set of books that we read, and I can't remember if it was year 6 or year 5 that we did it. I have a feeling it was year 6. But I don't know. I'm going to put books. So, we had 3 books. Books and we cycled through them. There was 3 books. There was the Switches, there was Skellig, and the Drummer Boy. And the Drummer Boy was eventually read out to the class. And I remember some people, there was a plot twist in the Drummer Boy, and everyone in the class was like, oh, like people in the class who had read the Drummer Boy were like, oh, wait till she gets to the big reveal at the end, and then it turns out that the Drummer Boy was actually a girl all along, and then they found it hilarious, like, oh, isn't that so funny? And I was like, yeah, funny. I'm gonna... Hold on. Kids can turn into animals. I'm gonna spoil it here. Plot twist is that it turns out everybody can, as long as they figured it out very young. The Drummer Boy. Plot twist. She was a girl all along. And Skellig. The only thing I remember about Skellig was short chapters, had swearing in it, which other kids found very funny. Right. So I believe that was year 6. Well, I'm going to move these down a bit. So, Monsieur Bingham and song. Now, I don't know how you pronounce these necessarily, but there was a song that I remember. Right, bleu, blanc, rouge, bleu, blanc, rouge, bleu, blanc, rouge, noir, jaune, vert. I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna French colour names. So this goes with blue, white, red, blue, white, red, blue, white, red, black, green, yellow, green, I think. Oh, okay. Should have known there was a V at the end of jaune. Right, yeah, jaune. There's me trying to think of things. in like English spelling. Janvier. There's another song. It was okay. Anyone who speaks French, this is going to sound awful, I know, but this is how I remember it sounding. Quelle date de non anniversaire? Quelle date de non anniversaire? So it's something like, when is your birthday? Hold on, French song. Hold on. Happy birthday song. Is this potentially it? Gonna hear some audio here. Bon anniversaire. Bon anniversaire, nos vœux les plus sincères. No. Definitely not this one. You know what? Bleu Blanc Rouge. I'm going to see if I can find it. French. I've searched French colour song. Nah, there's no way. Let's see if this is it. I don't think it is. I think it's just some random like kids song. Yeah, definitely not that. Man. Thank goodness I'm doing this in incognito mode. I don't want this to be the algorithm to pick all this up. Right. Song. Hold on, I'll just like hash keys. Anniver. I don't know how you pronounce it. Verse. There'll be a T at the end of that somewhere probably. Anniver. Hold on. I'll just type birthday. Hold on. I'll just type. When is your birthday? French. That might be it. Le date de non anniversaire. Le date de non anniversaire. Le date de non anniversaire. Something like that. Right, okay. So. That's it. That's the name of it. Quelle date de non anniversaire. Hold on. Have I found it? This might be it. This is it. This is the song. Oh man. I'm just. Ooh. Mass. Yeah, this is it's coming back to me. I'm going to play this through to the end. I mean, de non anniversaire. De non anniversaire. Yeah, that's man, this is That's that is see, do some research, you find things that match up with your memories. Right, I'm gonna open that in my non-incognito tab. Oh, no, stop. Ugh. Right, and I'm gonna save that in a playlist so that I can come back to that and reference it. Aha! Right. There you go. Still can't find the colour song though. Have I even spelled blur right there? No. Bleu, blanc, rouge, noir, jaune, vert. Right. Okay. Got a can of lemonade for asking for lemonade in French. See, what makes me confident that this is oh, I must apologise, my brain's doing that thing again. Right, what makes me confident that this was year 5 was that I remember saying to Matthew, like, oh, I've still got my lemonade from that thing in school. And obviously, like, if he was there, he would know and be like, oh, right, yeah, you should get that. But at the time, like, I don't think I would have said, like, oh, yeah, in school we were doing French and I got some lemonade. And then, you know, it doesn't make as much sense. So, and I was playing... Oh, man. So I'm going to go... Hold on. Let's look at the back of this. Yeah, I can't narrow it down anymore. Right, well... So French lessons, let's... Hold on. Right. So, because we went to Eden Camp. Now there's something to search up, because Eden Camp was like a... I don't know if it's still there, hold on. Was that the same? I mean, did we go to Beamish that year? And we went to Beamish one year. Let's... Right, I'm going right there, Beamish. Because we went to Beamish one year. Eden Camp. So it was... Modern History Museum. Eden Camp Museum. Yeah, it's a large Second World War related museum near Malton in North Yorkshire in England. Yeah, so it's sort of it was to show it was like I put I just put wartime museum. There was a George Formby puppet singing when I'm cleaning windows. That's a bit like that. When I'm cleaning windows. Right. Which should be able to find. I don't know. Hold on. B. Eden Camp. Hold on. If I just do Eden Camp puppet. Right, so I found. Hold on. Oh, gotta be careful here because there's going to be potentially some copyright infringement. But this is if I just talk. Doopa doopa doo, dabba 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 dabba, they're playing in the mood. Da, 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 da. So here we have some puppets. So this was recorded, someone recorded this. Was it 2009? Oh, it was uploaded 2009. Doesn't say when it was recorded. But, yeah. Oh, I remember that. I remember the hand coming up and spraying everyone. There was a hand came up that held up a sign as well. I think. This is like the end of the day. Oh, I don't remember that little fairy fellow. Ah, yeah, see there. Hold on, let's go back a bit. What does that say? Yow. I don't know. Yeah, I remember the hand come up with a sign. Woof woof. Oh, it's Sweep. From Touching Sweep fame. Yeah. Yeah, so this was... Yeah, so this is basically to entertain the kids. But where's... Okay. Well, that needs to... I'm going to have to... like the Eden Camp song. Let's... I mean, it doesn't have... Yeah. Right. Okay, well that's definitely... Yeah, that was definitely part of like the triggering memories. Actually, let's move that back a bit. So, we'll say... puppet show at end. I can spell show. At end, George Formby puppet skin when I'm cleaning windows. I'll tell you what else I remember. It's just come to my head. One time we went to the cinema to watch Hercules. I think that might have been year 4. But there's one easy way to find out. Hercules, Disney, cinema release. 10th of October 1997. Right. So, I mean, does it? No. I mean, when it says release date, does that mean in cinemas? Or does that mean on VHS? Hold on. See, it's just come to my head here. There's in the UK, October, the 10th of October 1997. Well, let's have a look at the IMDb. Hercules. Herculade. Oh, I had the game Hercules as well. That's the things I look up. Okay. Here I am. Okay. So I'm guessing that's... Ah, so that's the DVD. Is there any that specify a VHS? If I go to... Where is it? No. And they're just upcoming release dates. That's not what I want to say. It's not what I want to see at all. But anyway, 1997. So that would be... Hold on. Let's go back to Graphical Diary. So it came out October of 1997. That would have been in class 4. Year 4. And... I mean, yeah, fine. I mean, how long are films in the cinemas for after release? That's... You know what? I'm going to do it... I don't know. I don't go to generally less than 60 days, but it may be longer depending on the circumstances. I think the average is about 30 days, but depends on its popularity. If a movie is really unpopular and it get a pull within 1 or 2 weeks, yeah, that's fine. Right, let's add that to. So that would have been early. That would have been early in year 4. So before the Christmas play, at least. Hercules went to cinema to watch Hercules. Teacher, I can't remember why. Like, what were we? I mean, we went to the cinema to watch Hercules as a class. So I imagine we were doing some work on like Greek mythology or something. I don't know. As if we remember the names of Hades' sidekicks, which I remember because I saw the names in the credits. Don't know. That's weird. I know that's weird, but that was how it was. Yeah. So that's oh, right. Right. So I'm gonna need to find the when I'm cleaning windows. Find You look divine. I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily need to. But I'm going to try. Eden Camp Puppet Show, Vera Lynn. Right. So there's another one here. No. Here we go. Right. It's not a very good quality, but this is the song. This was at the end of the thing, and I'm gonna have to talk because there's a potential copyright thing. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, when I'm cleaning windows. A lot of people my age will know this song because it was from the it was on the I suppose the clicking, I don't know. Oh, when I'm cleaning windows. Well, not from the iToy game that came out on the PS2, but this is where I first heard it, and I was like, oh, that's so funny. And then I was like, oh yes, George Formby, when I'm cleaning windows. Da, 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 da. Anyway, let's end that there. I'd rather have his job than mine. When I'm cleaning windows. I didn't know you could type. I mean, I just found out now because you can do it by accident, but I didn't know you could type a. Oh, what was it? I didn't know that you could type a URL into a YouTube URL into the YouTube search engine, and it would crop up. But anyway, I would like to finish. I mean, I've been at this for nearly 2 hours. I would like to finish this off if possible. Primary school memories. So I'll put. Because one thing I do know in your playtime, this was definitely a year 6 thing. So we. What was it? Hung out with Zoe W, Andrea M, Richard N. Oh, he turned out to be a nasty piece of work, but at the time he was all right. Anyway, and Jamie D. Who we called the Bulbasaur kid. So yeah, so this would be year 6 would be when I got into Pokemon. So when Pokemon really started, the Bulbasaur kid. Jamie would shout body slam and run into people because that's just what he was like. One time breaking Andrea's tooth. I remember that. This was when I really started getting into Azure Dreams. I'm going to have to do another, so this is like school stuff. I'm going to have to do some more stuff on like TV shows and stuff. And just general activities. Oh, year six. Oh, was it year five or year six? We went to Robinwood. Oh, I remember year six was Crucial Crew. It was like year five goes to Even Camp, year six goes to Crucial Crew. I'm gonna have a look. So Crucial Crew was right. Yeah, Crucial Crew is a multi-agency aid event organised by schools, the police, and supported by the fire service. They aim to raise awareness of safety issues for school children in year six. Aha, yeah, year six. The events take the form of a range of 20-minute interactive scenarios which cover a wide range of topics, each educating the students in a specific task. Our scenario includes children having hands-on experience in what they do if they discover a fire in a home and how to make an emergency call. They will identify a risk setup. So, water safety, internet safety. Okay, that's definitely a new one. They have internet safety when I was a kid. I remember there was one. So, I'm gonna put a note here. North Yorkshire. Is that right? All right. Right. So, series of shows about general safety. There was one about escaping a burning house. This is what I remember. There was one about hygiene, and then the put on like a show. So, I mean, this sounds. Actor played scene where football landed in dog poo, and we had to ask. We were asked to shout if he did something gross, and then yeah, it was like. I think you might have had a backwards cap, like a full grown adult with a backwards cap. I'm like, oh, what a wonderful day! Oh no, my football's landed in dog poo. Oh, let's have a look and examine. And everyone's like, stop, stop. Yes, yeah, I remember that. There was one, where there was an old man. So I cannot. Don't ask me what this was about. I might have to. I don't know if there's like a video or anything, but there was one where there was an old man sat in a chair in the dark and jumped up and made noises to be scary. And then I put in brackets because Matthew did put me. Matthew V said. There is one that you need to watch out for. And to be honest, I saw the guy sat in the chair. I don't remember what that was about. It was just like you walked into this room. It's like, oh yeah, it's a dark room. Like you can't see much. Look at this. I think it was like a burnt down house or whatever. But I feel that was like different from. There was one like about escaping house that was different, and he was just sat in a chair, and then like he got up and started like shouting or whatever. It was like there to scare you. Just but I think it was like sort of like meant to like blend in with the environment so you couldn't see it, but I saw him. I was thinking, look, there's a person there. Anyway, that was Crucial Crew. Tell me what I do. I'm going to search Robin Wood. Because there's one time... went to Robin Wood. And it was... Robin Wood... Oh, man, I didn't like Robin Wood at all. It was... I was very much outside of my comfort zone for a lot of it. But I believe that was year 5. Yeah. So I'm going to write a few things here. So, I'm going to have to chronicle this out in more detail in my own time. But I will make a few notes here. So, day 1 at start. Ah, right, yeah, Vicky A. So, I'm just thinking, like, what would she have been? She might have been Italy. I'll make a note here. I think she might have been Italy, but I'm gonna put. A question mark there because I don't know. Right. Said I had too much milk with my cereal. Man, I hated Robin Wood. I don't want to dwell on it too much. And that's why I'm not going to go into too much of the details here, but I'm going to just make a few notes and I'll do the rest in my main time. But Robin Wood was not a very nice experience for me. There was rafting. It made a raft and barrels were not symmetrical. What else was there? I think there was canoeing, but I don't remember much about it. I remember canoeing with the childcare centre. Man, that was weird. I mean, just thinking about it now, like I remember I went canoeing with the childcare centre and I didn't want to leave my Pokemon cards, so I had some Pokemon cards in my pocket as I was in a canoe. And they got wet, would you believe? And I was terrified of falling over. I mean, they did get damaged. Obviously. But I don't know, man, that's just weird. Canoeing. Rock climbing and abseiling. I was scared, yep. That was scary. Okay. I've just had a memory that I think is probably unrelated to this. I don't think it might be, it might not be. I remember having a torch where it had a picture of a monster on it. I'm just remembering like a childhood item. It had a picture of a monster on it, like a green monster sticking its tongue out or whatever. But it was purple, and the end bit was yellow, and you turned it on by twisting it round. It was weird. It was like on a hinge, and it was like facing inwards, and you twisted it to face outwards. So if you imagine like a flip knife, but with the torch. What else was there? I'm trying to remember. Oh, there was the crystal maze where we had to do to do, hold on, had to do tasks to win crystals. That was alright. I quite like that one. And that was, so there was a few things we had to do. So there was one where had to fling round donut. I'm going to put donut shaped. Object over Paul without talking. Somebody suggested counting down from 3 with fingers. And there was another one, I remember 2 of these. There was one of them where you had to put numbers, was it 1 to 8? Yeah, 1 to 8 in grid, so non-consecutive. We're touching. I knew to put 1 and 8 in the middle because figured it out when watching Crystal Maze TV show. So that one's actually one taken from the Crystal Maze itself. There was the best part of that though was the best one. The best event was indoor activities. I put in brackets the best. So this is what we did. These were all like indoors. These were late at night. But late indoor activities. Which included a memory game of walking along a checkerboard path and get knocked out if step on wrong tile. Classic game that. And there was one where had to make a pyramid out of I don't know how to it, like connected balls, I guess. But I knew to put the 1x4 piece on side to make the tip. I don't have, yeah, there was a few more. I don't really remember them though. I mean, we had a few more. That was year 5. I tell you what though, I do remember in year 6, I'm going to put Campinos. There was a time when Campinos became a big thing. The Campinos were like, they were lovely. They were sort of like Werther's Originals, like shape-wise, but they came in, oh, well, sort of similar. But they came in, there was orange flavour and there was strawberry flavour, and I loved them. They were delicious. So man, it's not letting me. Okay. Yeah, it's not a very, like, ugh. So they're called cream savers in America or something. So I'm just looking at this image here. So that's what they look like. They were lovely. But we had some Campinos, and I just remember one. Jeez. One time, and I remember thinking this was disgusting. Carl. I don't remember which way around it was. Right. Vicky A wanted a Campino. So Carl R took one out of his mouth and offered it to her. She accepted. We did have a few. Hold on, let's go. Hold on. Play day. I remember there was one thing I remember about the play day. Here was that someone, I don't remember who, somebody brought Game Boy. Game Boy with Super Mario Land, and unlike most scenarios, unlike most cases, they let me play it, which was very, very interesting, because that didn't often happen. I don't know if this was the same day, but I brought multi in one board game set. Thomas W, who was a friend of mine, brought one 2 in class 4, which was connected to class 5 at this time, and I thought he had taken mine. Right, oh, 2 more things I definitely remember with class in year 6. Let's move these down a bit. So, 2 things I definitely want to. I mean, there's going to be more that comes to mind, but you know, I just need to write down what I can remember. 2 things that I remember. There was one time. So I'll put Muriel. So, Dot came over for a week, and we all made a big mural of of like a nearby object, as it were. So I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but it's a big mural of a nearby construction. Oh, that's reminded me. A year 5 memory. Of a nearby construction. I wasn't involved because I was off sick all week. So basically, I was at school, things were normal, and then like, oh no, I've got sick, so I had to stay off school, and then I got, and the school's like, oh, we're going to have Doc come over, we're going to do this big thing, and then I was sick, and then when I came back, it's like, oh, we finished the big thing, and I'm like, oh right, so that's the thing that my class made, but not me. It was a big project. Christmas play. Oh man, there's a few things to remember. Substitute teacher. I think she's. I'm pronouncing Mrs. Carey or Mrs. Clary. I think she's called Mrs. Carey. She didn't like me. I don't know what it was. She did not gel with me at all. And I always got on well with the teacher. I never had any issue with the teacher, but Mrs. Carey just got on my case all the time. I hated her. One of my friends said that she used to make us make bread all the time, but yeah. She also taught me in extra help English class, because there was in room next to class 5. And I'm going to say I didn't understand how she was able to find things in the text when I couldn't. Yeah, I was like, oh, where's this thing that says about this? And she'd just come over and go, oh, there it is. And I'd be like, I one time I said to her, I was like, oh, how come I'm looking for it, but then when you do it, you can just say there, you just go, there it is. And he's like, oh, well, I'll pay attention. I'm like, oh, God, I hated her so much. It was horrible. She wasn't like a nasty teacher. She seemed to have it out for me for some reason. I mean, it seemed that way to me at the time. I might be wrong. But also, yeah, red goosebumps, vampire breath in extra side class brackets, I think. On the contrary to being in the extra help English class, I was also in a special maths class, because whilst my English was very bad, my maths was very good. Went to library with other I don't know, like assistant teacher to do extra maths. So we learned about pi. I remember that. I think we learned about pi. And I had a big argument about her saying that 4 divided by 0 equals 4, when I was adamant that 4 divided by 0 equals 0. Of course, now we know that that's not true, but I was always very good at maths, and I was always I think my reasoning was more sound. She said that, like, oh, if I have 4 candy bars and I share them between 0 people, how many candy bars are there? There's 4. It's still 4. And I was like, no, but you're not asking about how many. You're not asking about how many there are. You're asking about how many each person gets. If there's no people, then people get none. That's what my reasoning was. But yeah, she didn't like that. As it turns out, I'm gonna. You know what? I should. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the image. Aha, there it is. Very low resolution. Well, it's a low resolution, but look, we just got given a Goosebumps book, and that was mine. Vampire breath. Reader beware, you're in for a scare. Man, I still have to like. Okay, I'm just going to say that image. I'll sort that out later. Man, okay, so school. I need to general stuff. I need to do school discos. There's stuff going on like school discos, and no, that wasn't there. Two more things that I want to mention here. There was this Christmas. Christmas play. It was for the millennium. It was all pupils in one big play. I was an aeroplane in the transport zone or something like that. Yeah, so there's a move these down a little bit. Two main characters. Laura W in my year and Josh. What was his surname? I don't know, he was in the year below me. Ah, yeah, I remember now. Travelling through time to different zones. Yeah, and I was an aeroplane in the transport zone, so I had to... my job was to, during one of the songs, I had to run out with my arms out and just like swing back and forth like saying like, look, I am an aeroplane. Yeah, that was the final one in year... Hold on, no. Oh yeah, that was class... Alright, yeah. Gonna move this down. And it's down a little bit. One more thing I can think of. Oh, I miss it. What did I miss here? Oh man. Okay. The one more that I remember in year 5. Gotta be sure to capture it all when I do this. One more thing that we did in year 5, which I enjoyed. This is gonna okay. So there's gonna be like I'm going to do a lot of work to like really put a lot of these things together in my own time. Oh, I just had another memory. Right, year 5 or 6, I don't know. Anyway, in year 5, oh my goodness, I had another memory with year 5. They're just coming back. Right. Computer game. So, played game. Computer game outside of classroom door, partnered with Katie E. She was in the above me, so I was definitely this year. That's one way of remembering like what year things were. So I was partnered with her, and I got in trouble for not letting her have a go. And I'll put in brackets. She said she didn't want a go. Yeah. See, I would never be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna. Obviously, like, in my mind, it's like, oh well, obviously I want to play this the whole time. So, but I'm not gonna be mean. Do you want to have a go? And if he says no, I'll just be like, all right then, and then just take that for granted. But she was like, no, you've got to let her have a go. I was like, okay, you can have a go if you want. Yeah. That's one random thing. Another big one I remember. This was a good one. I enjoyed this one. Was making. Oh my goodness! Another thing's just come back to me. Ah, another year two memory. It's flooding back. Right, let's hold on. Year two or three. I'll put here. Making clay tubes in year, I think this was year, might have been year one, might have been year two. So I'll put it here, and I'll put it in year two. It's a lot harder to distinguish between year one and two because those 2 years in the same class, they do sort of like blend together. Made tubes out of clay, and I'm going to have to like divide things up into like art projects and stuff. Made tubes out of clay and with patterns on. Mine was a total mess, which also reminds me in class 4, made cup out of clay, painted it black and white, was a total mess. You might be noticing a theme here. Weaving, right, class 2, oh, it's all coming back. It's all coming back, right, let's, weaving wool. Weaving wool. Weave wool through toilet paper tube with lollipop sticks stuck to it. I've done the whole. I'm gonna put that as like a Y2 thing. I don't know what year that was. I've done the sycamore, yeah, the sycamore thing. I remember that. Year 3, I think. Don't know. Oh, man. Vague events, Beamish. Weaving white paper through black paper. I think that might have been year 2, but I'll put in brackets. Year 2 question mark, year 3 question mark. Okay, anyway, back to the one I was focusing on. For my mind just like jumped to other things like to remember. This is going to take some work to really put together. So cardboard buildings. So we made cardboard. I think it was cardboard, paper, Just had a memory in year 4. Hold on, right. Right. And also year 4 there was a fold a paper in any direction, in any one way. I made a nonogram. Nonogram? Nonagon. I was thinking gram isn't the suffix for nonagon. I made nonagon. I don't remember anything else about that. Anyway. Right, where was I? Made cardboard figures. We made cardboard. It was sort of cardboard. Cardboard models of buildings in local high street. That's how I will specify it there. Me and Matthew V were grouped together. We had the biggest building in the high street, which was also very square. I'm gonna I've been in there once. I'm not gonna show. I'm just gonna look. Found out that the building had changed its name from the photo we saw. I actually enjoyed that though. That one, unlike most of my art projects, that one wasn't a huge mess. Right. Well, I've been going at this for 2.5 hours now. It's been a long time. It's been a long one. So, man, if this messes up, I'm going to be so annoyed. But yeah, that is a lot of my primary school memories just sort of mapped out there. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more that come to me, and whenever they do, I'll have to make a note of them somewhere. I actually... Hold on. I did actually make... Oh, no, not there. Yeah, I got the Wheel Wet cartoon and the class 2 calculate area of shape by counting squares. Let's just add that. I'm gonna apply some colour here. Calculate area of shapes by counting squares, I guess. Right. Right, I need a bit of colour variation here just to make it a little... I suppose a little easier to do. Right. Doing two different shades of the same colour there so that they match because it is the same class. Do a blue for that one. Year 4. I tend to think of year 4 as like orangey. Tell you what, yeah, I'll do that. Oh, it's a bit harsh, but you know, it sort of works out. Right, I mean that's fine. I mean it's not perfect, but at least it helps divide up a little bit. So this is something that I can work from. There's still a lot to do. It takes a very long time, but at the very least, I've got something to work off. So, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.